Monday night, showtime. And ready to fight. Let's go. It couldn't be better. Let's kick the big game off. Kick it! This year the Broncos are gonna get freaky. Romo and Greasy, Strahan and Tiki. Let's kick the big game off. Kick it!
It's the season premiere of ABC's Monday Night Football, and we'll raise the curtain with a blockbuster. Brian Greasy, Terrell Davis, and the charged-up Denver Broncos christen their new stadium against the NFC champions. A year ago, the Giants rode Jim Fossil's guarantee all the way to Super Bowl 35, only to be crushed by the Baltimore Ravens. Tonight, with unfinished business, they begin a new trip.
I'm ready to go. I think everybody's ready to go. It starts now. The games count. Training camp is over, and it's time to go at it full force.
Monday Night Football, year 32. It's cooler than me and hotter than you. The Giants and Denver, what could be better? Let's kick the big game. Let's kick the big game. Let's kick the big game off. Come on! Are you ready? Kick it!
Ready for this? Here we go.
Raise the curtain to the band. Did someone say lights?
In the bell, it's the big stage tonight.
Last season the Bucks foreclosed on the bet. Revenge on the Chiefs is the Eagles' mindset.
The ticket is punched.
The stars are in sight.
Everyone comes to play on Monday night.
Come on in.
Can you hit me now?
Come on and get ready.
I don't think you're ready for this.
Are you ready for some football?
A Monday night party.
It's a nationwide tour.
So let's get it started, y'all.
Players at the ready.
Adam John at the mic.
All my ready friends are here for Monday night.
A New York City guy, you also have LA time, but I like my Detroit, and Matthew Stafford deserves every single penny. Michael Rapaport, your thoughts?
Come here, man. Lift it up a little bit. Matty Stafford, I love you. You killed last week in real life and for me in fantasy football. You deserve every penny you get. You may not be the highest paid player in a couple of weeks, but get your money, do your thing. I'm a fan. I've always been a fan, and you look like my youngest son.
Oh, there you go. That's what's up. All right,
so our camera guy got his bicep workout.
Yeah, he did.
I think the camera. What's his name? Is it Mike?
You don't know.
Yeah. Mike, the camera guy. You're a little lazy, man. Get it up a little higher, man.
Take a lap, Mike.
Yeah, come here, Mike. Come here, Mike. Mike, come on.
Show him how to do it.
Mike, listen. Raise the camera when I'm doing the rig. There you go. Don't be lazy. Okay,
Mike.
Everybody could lose a little weight. This is a great workout for you. Get out of here.
Good work, Mike. Good work.
Love you, Mike.
Good work, Mike.
Mike's having a ball.
Mike just walked off
Mike's
the set.
furious. He just slammed the camera.
Mike's thinking this is part of my union job.
I was supposed to be on the Harry Connick show. That's garbage.
Harry Connick never said I need to lose
Harry
weight.
Connick just croons. All right, look, Mike.
That was fun.
All right. Woo!
Everyone has a fantasy. It's time for the Hooters Fantasy Players of the Week.
all. Somebody else will get the job.
So, what else is new, Lucky?
My name is Corinne Burns. I'm replying to your mother's helper's ad.
Nobody's gonna hire you.
My name is Corinne Burns.
In case you haven't heard, you're the laughingstock of this town.
Can I get a lift to town?
I'll see you at rehearsal.
He was in the class ahead of you and Carolyn, remember? She used to go out with him.
We're the #1 rock and roll group in the world, and we are going to see that everything is going to be different. It's all got to change. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a radio station tomorrow, and we're not going to play any commercials and no news, just rock and roll and the truth. 1, 2, 3, 4!
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Hey. Hey. This girl last night, halfway through our date, I realized I already slept with her.
women in New York, and now you're just going around again?
Yeah, but that's not even the weird part. I don't think she remembered sleeping with me.
Like, you don't remember sleeping with her.
Yeah, but she should remember sleeping with me. I am very memorable. You guys know.
What? How do we know? We've never slept with you.
And whose fault is that?
What's the big deal? You forgot, she forgot. Maybe you were having an off night.
Hey! I never have an off night, okay? Although, sometimes if I'm a little bloated, I don't feel that sexy. But even then, I'm better than most.
Hey, why don't you just let it go and ask her out again?
Yeah, you're both so slutty you don't even remember who you slept with. You're made for each other.
Interesting. Yeah. All right, well, I'll go out with her again, and I'll try to get past it. Yeah. No salt bloating.
Joey?
What?
Joey, you don't think sharks are sexy, do you?
No? Wait a minute, what was The Little Mermaid?
So it was really a shock after 25 years of marriage. My parents, a perfect couple, getting divorced. I kind of took it the hardest because I was the youngest.
Sure, yeah. How can you not remember me?
What?
How could you not remember that we slept together?
What? When?
I don't know.
I really, really think I would remember sleeping with you.
Come on, search your brain, all right? It was a certain amount of time ago. Okay, I was here, you were here, we had sex here, not there. Anything?
No, it's not ringing any bells.
My God, woman. How many people do you have to have been with not to remember any of this?
Hey, Haley, we really gotta fix that doorknob. Joey?
Oh. I slept with you. And you obviously remember me. Hey, I still got it. So we're good. I'll let myself out.
What is the matter with you?
I'm gonna eat around the bite mark.
I am trying to get information, and you are yapping about your burger.
I'm trying to make things look natural. It's called police work. And what about you? Hey, can you tell us where your crime is going down? And if you wouldn't mind, speak into the tiny microphone in my blouse. That'd be super. I like it.
You got problems, you know that?
Oh, I got problems.
Yeah, I told you this was a bad idea.
It's a very good idea. I got us the information we
you have
needed.
your
Boston.
own mic,
It's Boston.
stupid. Get off it.
You know what else I got? I got 2 burgers. I got a vanilla malt and a salad for my wife. By the way, we got a pretty big tab out here, so if you can run out a debit card. I gotta say, really nice job out there. You know, this is a good bus for you. Just for the record, I'm sorry about the whole mattress on the news thing.
Thanks. It was a good bust for both of us. And since we're apologizing, I am sorry for writing you up.
I appreciate you saying that. Office of Memory Foam.
Yeah, and by the way, you had food on your shirt the whole time.
Yeah, that was to steal focus from the amount of eye makeup you had on. You're like, oh, hey! Whoa.
Okay. You know what you should do? You should try to get a job sweating professionally because you do it really well.
Yeah, I might do that. I might just do that.
From Derek Carr, Dak Prescott, Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, Cam Newton, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, of course, Andrew Luck when he's healthy, Mitch Trubisky, Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. They're all coming maybe in the next couple of years. I'm just telling you, there is young talent at the position in the NFL.
So why do fans expect there to be an abundance of franchise caliber quarterbacks to choose from?
Okay, well, I'll answer this first. Yeah. First off, let's get an abundance of Super Bowl franchise owners, general managers, and people who run the front office. How about we do that first? Then let's find 32 coaches and offensive coordinators who can help out the quarterbacks, because there's a tremendous shortage of those people. We saw it with Jared Goff. Look how he looked in week 1. He never got close to that last year. And I take exception. Tyrod Taylor, I think, has played extremely well.
Amen.
The 2 years up in Buffalo, gets no credit.
Amen.
And we're going to find out about the 2 you said. Now, the other thing is, we put too much on the quarterback when it's a lot about the franchise.
It's his record if they're 3-6.
Now, I'll say this
right?
one. I'll bring out 2 names, Matt Stafford and Sam Bradford. You know, people talk about them like they're just fly-by-night quarterbacks. These guys are really talented. They're Super Bowl quarterbacks. They just got to be in a situation where the team is capable of winning the Super Bowl. So, and the talent at the top for the quarterback position in the NFL, Boomer, you know, I've never seen anything like it. There are some phenomenal throwers of the ball and athletes back there playing the position. So I disagree totally about, there's just not enough quarterbacks to go around.
Yeah, because, look, Father Time, it's undefeated. Right? So when you think about Tom Brady, when you think about Peyton Manning, when you think about Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, those guys, sooner or later, they got to go. And this new era that we're starting to see, it's a new era. It's a new day. And so when you ask yourself, am I still excited? Absolutely, I'm still excited.
And you're still excited because?
Why am I still excited? In 2000, we had Tony Banks and Trent Dilfer, which was on nobody's radar. And nobody counted us to say, these guys can go win a Super Bowl. So when you put these quarterbacks up there to say, well, we have no chance, I beg to differ a little bit, right? Because I don't believe, I understand, I'm sitting next to quarterbacks. I understand how important the quarterback position is, but let me explain something to you about the quarterback position. There's another quarterback on the other side of the ball as well that can take teams deeper into the playoffs. Defense wins championships. Offense wins.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, I'm just going to say this. At least half of the league is young, up-and-coming quarterbacks. And next year, there'll probably be 3 or 4, if they all come out, drafted in the first round as well. So I think sometimes we overreact. And I know if I'm a fan of a team that really isn't the Patriots, or it isn't the Green Bay Packers, or maybe the Giants or the Cowboys.
Or the Steelers.
Somebody like that has an established quarterback, I got to wait. I got to sit and wait. Now, if I'm a team like the New York Jets, I got problems because I don't have answers right now to the long-term future and the solution at that position.
I got to say this last thing here. That list you put up there now, it's misleading because most of those guys are in that position now starting, but there's somebody behind that's going to take that job that's already a high draft pick or whatever.
Or in the case of the Colts.
Or the Colts,
Andrew Luck is hurt.
Yeah. So I have 2 takeaways from what you're saying. One, give me a coaching staff that knows how to maximize the talent that quarterback does bring to the table. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
And number 2, that our crack staff in putting that list together has
no
cracked. Idea.
No, they're cracked.
They're cracked.
Definitely. They're cracked.
From lesser-known quarterbacks, we turn to one of the most recognizable players in the game. That would be Mr.
Well, there
Cam
you go,
Newton.
right here.
And coming off last year's difficult season, Superman, if you will, was looking to begin the new one in style at San Francisco. Boy, you guys fired up about that.
I felt like Ray Lewis there, man. I give the speech. That was good. How'd I do, Ray?
It's some guys who deserve some love, that grabbed our attention, that, they're probably going to be a thing this year. So let's take you guys through some of these guys. The first player that caught my eye is a guy who crushed it all preseason long. It is Kenny Golladay.
Yeah.
He won't go away. Kenny Golladay. He has the catch radius of a pterodactyl, this guy. He can win at the catch point in contested situations, and he continues to do that. He had a beautiful, beautiful grab, guys, and he's a huge target, 6'4", and next week it's the Giants on Monday night. But 4 catches, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns.
This is a beautiful
Look
one
at this.
right here.
What?
Just chilling at the Golladay Inn. At the Golladay Inn.
Matt Stafford, he found his guy.
Well, he has a few guys.
Okay.
He has, of
He only had
course,
6
Marvin
targets.
Jones and, of course, Golden Tate. But Matt Stafford is a guy that leans on 3s and 4s because he understands defenses. He played with Calvin Johnson for a long time. So if there's a guy that's going to focus on their number 1 and 2, he wants that mismatch problem. And what you're saying, Kay, is right on. You got a big target, young guy who's going up against 4th-tier DBs. He's going to eat all season.
There is a stampede right now to the waiver wire to get Mr. Golladay. Everyone's going to have switchblades. Everybody wants them.
You're saying that, but I'm going to guess the number 1 waiver wire grab goes by the name of Tariq Cohen, guys. Take a look.
The Giants looked like the worst team in the NFC East last week, but it's week 1, okay? I didn't see you didn't have a great week either, Kay. Okay, so it's week 1. You know, the Giants
I did
defense.
better than you.
You did better than me. Yes. But I think the Giants are going to be fine. The offensive line makes me very, very nervous. Odell will obviously bring a lot back. The defense didn't play good. It's the Cowboys. We beat their butts twice last year. We'll be back with them later on. The Giants will be fine.
Okay, hold on. cameraman, don't you go anywhere. Let's talk about the Cowboys. You beat their butt twice. The Cowboys got that dub first week. Are the Cowboys the best team in the league right now?
Listen, Nate, you had a great week one yourself, but that doesn't mean you're the best in the league. You might not even be the best at this table. So yes, the Cowboys looked good. They're a good team. They got Zeke, they got Dak,
right.
They got an offensive line, something the Giants don't. And the Cowboys are definitely, they're good. And Dak Prescott is the real deal.
You are a New York City guy. You also have LA time, but I like my Detroit. And Matthew Stafford deserves every single penny. Michael Rapaport, your thoughts?
Come here, man. Lift it up a little bit. Matty Stafford, I love you. You killed last week in real life and for me in fantasy football. You deserve every penny you get. You may not be the highest paid player in a couple of weeks, but get your money, do your thing. I'm a fan. I've always been a fan, and you look like my youngest son.
Oh, there we go. That's what's up.
All right, so
our camera guy got his bicep workout.
Yeah,
he did.
I think the camera. What's his name? Is it Mike?
You don't know.
Mike, the camera guy. You're a little lazy, man. Get it up a little higher, man.
Take a lap, Mike.
Come here, Mike. Come here, Mike. Mike, come on.
Show him how to do it.
Mike, listen. Raise the camera when I'm doing the rant. There you go. Don't be lazy. Okay,
Mike.
Everybody could lose a little weight. This is a great workout for you. Get out of here.
Good work, Mike. Good work. We love you, Mike. Good work, Mike.
Mike's having a ball.
Mike just walked off
Mike's
the set.
furious.
He just
slammed the camera.
Mike's thinking, this is part of my union job.
I was supposed to be doing the Harry Connick show. That's garbage.
Harry Connick never said I need to lose
Harry
weight.
Connick just croons. All right, look, Mike.
That was bum.
All right, woo! We do this thing here where we all have our pet peeves.
Yes.
Cal does this thing called angry runs, and we talk about the best runs, but we also talk about what makes it angry. I was on a flight last week. Guy next to me. I'm sitting there. Two people in a seat.
Coach?
No.
First?
Private? What are you talking about?
Okay.
I look next to me. The guy, 2 seconds before he even sits down, shoes off, socks up, just sitting like this with his socks right in my face for a 6-hour flight to San Francisco. I was ready to knock this guy right out. What's your response to this? Back to the camera. Where are you at, Mike?
Mike, quick. There he comes. We got to hire too. We got to hire. Peter, that might have been me because I'm the guy who's always taking my shoes off. But I bring air freshener on the plane, so if anybody stinks and they have stinky feet, I spray it right in their face. It's like going into a public. No, I'm just saying I spray it in their face because going into planes these days sometimes it's like going into a New York City park public bathroom.
Oh, it's true.
Get out of here, Mike.
You got to Febreze them, right?
No, I hit him as soon as I get on the plane. My wife thinks I'm nuts. I go,
It's incredible.
I love you.
Anything else, gentlemen? I love you.
So good.
Yes. When's Girls with Lena Dunham coming back, Mike?
I don't know,
When's
man.
that coming back, man?
I don't know. They're going to do. They're supposed to be doing the spinoff. It's called White Girls.
Oh, right. Yes.
Biggest surprise week one for you?
Well, for me, the biggest surprise, just because I honestly, even though I'm a senior fantasy football analyst, I didn't know anything about him. Great name, the most Jewish-sounding name of a non-Jewish athlete. Tariq Cohen. Yes. He was the breakout star, 5'6", little guy,
speedster. Very excited.
I just loved his name, and I just loved the way he played. Like he's just a speedster.
Right.
And
they've got an Eddie Goldman and a Tariq Cohen on the Bears. Neither one Jewish.
Man, I thought we were so close, man. But that was the breakout. I mean, obviously the Kareem, the Kareem Hunt, and there was.
I hung out with Michael on Sunday, and all he kept telling me was, "Did you know the Patriots lost?" And he kept reminding me every 3 seconds.
Well, that was a week ago.
Ad nauseum about the Patriots losing.
No, because it was a week ago. You know that the Patriots lost week one, right?
What did you think of that? Was that great for you?
I saw that.
It was gorgeous.
Was it?
It was gorgeous because they got their rings and they had the big celebration, and Mark Wahlberg and the entire Funky Bunch showed up. I love him. But that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And Bill Belichick, he didn't have a sweatshirt on. He had a new shirt, so he thought he was really cool. Yes. And as soon as they lost, he went back to being grumpy Billy Belichick. I loved it.
All right.
And it happened a while ago, so I just want to remind people. It's a week.
So
was it a week ago? It was a week ago that they lost opening night.
All right. Now let's talk about week two. Let's talk about it kicking off with Thursday night tonight, Texans versus the Bengals. Yes. Deshaun Watson's getting a start. They benched Tom Savage. I mean, what are your thoughts on that whole game, especially on that offensive side for the Texans?
Tom Savage he ain't a savage. You know you're a football player.
Right,
there's got to be, no matter what you are, you got to have savage in you.
Right.
He ain't no savage.
Right.
I think they should have never even started him. I think they were placating him. I think Deshaun did well. Obviously, he's probably never come off the bench in his life. It was a weird thing. He did okay. I think he'll do better.
Right.
And, they bench him.
Michael,
it's
our
over.
camera guy's balancing the camera on his head.
Just in
Come
case.
out here,
It's like
just
he's
in
carrying
case
a
he wants-
water
Look at
jug.
this.
Mike's the man.
Just stay close,
Hey,
yeah.
Mike, you were kicked out of the Howard Stern Fantasy League?
No, I'm back in.
Talk to the
You were
coach.
suspended? Kicked out of the Howard Stern Fantasy.
What, Baba Booey kicked you out?
They kicked me out. I'm the face of the league. I'm back in, and I'm in first place because my team destroyed them last week. That's it. Get out of here, Mike.
Want to talk some fantasy football after
Wow.
this?
Yes, I would love to talk
we'll
fantasy
be back.
football.
Michael Rapaport and I will tackle some guys with big performances. We'll continue after this. Clearly, we'll talk fantasy football, but not really. But probably not really.
Who'd you beat, J.D. Harmeyer?
I beat Sal and
Matt Stafford, I watched a lot of this game against Arizona, had a really bad pick early. After that, he settled down. He makes a lot of money. People look at that price tag and go, I'm not sure. When you watch Stafford, what did you see against Arizona, and what have you seen for the last year?
Oh, well, I like Stafford, and I think since Jim Bob Cooter became the offensive coordinator, which was, I guess, the middle of 2015, he's become a much more disciplined player, a much more controlled player. The offense is shorter, it's quicker, much more quick game, as we say, and he still has the ability to make throws that not many can make. And I think Kenny Golladay, the rookie from Northern Illinois, has added a vertical dimension to this offense that will really help Stafford because at his core, Stafford does like to push the ball down the field, and this will give him more opportunities to do that.
So Tom Brady struggles, sub-5.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime.
Welcome back. Joined now by Matthew Stafford, quarterback of the Detroit Lions. And Matt, week one in the NFL, touchdowns were tough to come by, but you threw for 4 of them. Actually 5 if we start with your first pass of the year, which was a pick 6. What's the proper response when your very first pass goes 82 yards the other way?
It's not fun. Not the way we wanted to start the year, especially myself turning it over for a touchdown. No fun, but good little bounce back. Got 4 in the bag after that, so just happy to get out of week 1 with a win.
Kenny Golladay, this rookie out of Northern Illinois, is a name that we heard in preseason, but frankly, that happens every year. There's a guy that you hear some chatter, this guy might help out. Well, he scored not 1, but 2 of them. When did you know, Matt, that this guy had it and might be able to contribute for you all?
We've seen him progress. Early in the spring, he looked, very much like a rookie. And, at certain points in the game still did. But when the ball's in the air, the guy's got a knack for going to get it. And we're going to, continue to try and build his role and utilize him any way we can. I mean, he's a big target that can run and stretch the field for us.
When you get the kind of contract you got, it's going to lead to a lot of conversation. That's just how it works in media. For you, you've been at it for a while. You're a veteran. You know what comes with the territory. But I do wonder how, if at all, does the amount that you get paid impact a sense of obligation or whatever to live up to it? Because you don't strike me as the kind of guy that would impact, but I do wonder.
No, it doesn't affect me really. Honestly, no matter what I was making, I'd be doing everything in my power to get this team to where we want to be. And, obviously I'm extremely happy and appreciative of the forwards for, extending that offer to me and being able to come to an agreement. But at the same time, if we hadn't gotten a deal done and I was playing out the last year of my contract right now, I'd be playing the same way, doing everything that I possibly can to help us win. And, I think my guys in the locker room and coaches know that as well.
4 touchdown passes and a win every week ought to work just fine, I'm sure, for you, for the Lions, and for all their fans.
I'll dial that up.
Right on. Matt, appreciate the time. For more of our conversation with Matthew Stafford, check out SportsCenter after the Chargers and Broncos, including this truly controversial nugget about why Stafford, in the locker room, did not back his beloved Georgia Bulldogs as they took on Notre Dame this weekend. That is after.
nimble and go.